For General Electric, here's Ronald Reagan.
Good evening. Tonight, Janet Gaynor stars on the General Electric Theater. And later, you will see reports that show how in the things that lead to a better life for us all, at General Electric, progress is our most important product.
Nylons, wools, dark cottons, new synthetics, how to wash them. Hot water, warm, fast spin, slow, problems. Which washer is right?
Problem solved. This new General Electric 5-cycle filter flow washer presets the correct combination of water temperatures and wash and spin speeds for each of 5 different fabric loads. Just touch one key, turn the time dial to matching number. So easy with GE's 5 preset cycles. Cycle 1, for white and color-fast cottons. 2, darks, non-color-fast cottons. 3, sturdy wash-and-wear synthetics. 4, another wash-and-wear cycle for delicates. 5, blankets and woolens. And there's no lint fuzz on clothes with the GE Filter Flow Washer. So for all your washables, remember, this new General Electric Filter Flow Washer has 5 automatic cycles. See it at your GE dealers with matching dryer.
Tomorrow night, here in Hollywood, the people in the motion picture industry will present their highest tribute to those stars, writers, directors, musicians, and technicians whose work during the past year has been singled out as tops in its field by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, the annual Academy Awards. Over the years, the General Electric Theater has presented many Academy Award-winning stars, some of them for the first time on television. And tonight, in honor of this year's Oscars, we're proud to bring you another Academy Award-winning star. In fact, the star who won the first Oscar of them all, Miss Janet Gaynor in The Flying Wife.
My name's Zero Charlie. It's a wacky name, I guess, but I like it. Martha hung it on me. Martha. I sure remember that first day she came to the field. She looked so little out there, like the prop wash might blow her away. And she was kind of excited. A real cute one. She wasn't the kind to show it much, but she was scared stiff. I got 8,000 hours logged, and I can tell.
Be with you in a minute.
Mr. Davidson?
Yes, ma'am. Stu Davidson. Will you sit here, please?
Thank you.
Now, what can I do for you?
Well, I may take flying lessons.
Great. Wonderful sport. Tremendous relaxation.
Can you tell by looking? I mean, do you think I could learn?
Nothing to it. Fly in no time. I'll have you upstairs in 15 minutes.
Oh, no, Mr. Davidson. I'd like to discuss it first.
Okay. But flying's like swimming. The quickest way to learn is in the water. Why wait?
Well, I'm afraid I just don't know the first thing about airplanes or the people who fly them.
Now, don't go by the looks of this office. We don't fly it. I put all my money into a good plane.
Tell me, is flying terribly hazardous and daring?
Are you one of those bored society dames who's looking for a thrill?
No, nothing like that.
I've had that kind. You get them 10 feet off the ground, they say, let's fly to Tahiti. 20 feet off the ground, they get airsick.
Well, I've stood on rather high buildings without feeling dizzy.
High buildings? You're not the kind that wants to tear a man's heart out. Go out gloriously, take a long power dive into oblivion?
Of course not.
Stand up. Close your eyes tight.
Well, I don't believe I can.
Close them. Now stand on one foot and spread your arms out to the side. Slow and easy.
And I'm not that kind either, Mr. Davidson.
Just testing. You've got a great sense of equilibrium.
Thank you.
Ready for your first flying lesson?
Well, I haven't decided to start at all yet. How much will it cost?
$16 a lesson, 1 hour.
Quite expensive.
The average student solos in 8 to 10 hours.
Well, then if I came Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I might be able to fly in 3 weeks.
Even if you're half as smart as you look.
Thank you again. I'll have to think about it. I could give up that new dress and cut down on the food bill. I'll give it a lot of thought tonight. And if I decide to take the lessons, I'll be here in the morning.
I'll look for you. Oh, you didn't mention your name.
Oh, it's Martha Allen.
Give it a lot of thought, Ace. Because if you don't come back again, it'll be like the man in the hotel room overhead who never drops the other shoe.
Goodbye, Mr. Davidson. Dear, you're home from school early, aren't you?
School? Mother, it's almost dinner time. And you haven't fixed my green skirt yet. I've simply got to have it tonight.
Can't you wear it as it is?
You know I've lost pounds and pounds since I went on my diet.
All right, Janice, I'll see that the skirt is ready. If you'll go and do your homework for tomorrow before dinner.
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Oh, yes. So it is. My, this week certainly slipped by.
Hey, Mom, what about chow?
I'm going to start dinner right away, Chuck.
Started? Well, I got to go to a tech inspection with the fellas in half an hour.
Tech inspection?
Yeah. All the sports cars entered in the race tomorrow have a technical inspection tonight. It's the first time I've been invited.
Chuck, you're not going to race.
I can't race. I haven't got a car. And I'm too young yet.
Well, then why are they inspecting you?
Well, they're not. I'm just going. Well, it's too complicated to explain, and you wouldn't dig it, Mom, but I gotta go.
And I've got to go the Dirty Doggerel. Glenn Johnson's picking me up in an hour.
Did you say the dirty dog?
Doggerel, Mom. Like poetry. It's a wonderful place where people recite poetry and sing folk songs. And everybody drinks coffee espresso.
Oh, it's a joint for characters with hairy chins and hairy minds. Just a bunch of beats.
They're not beats. They're existentialists.
Does she know what an existentialist is?
Well, sure, who doesn't?
I don't.
Well, gosh, Mom, nobody expects you to know all that jazz.
Hi, honey. You're just in time to prevent a raid.
Sorry I'm late, darling.
Say, what kind of a refrigerator is this anyway? You know, in pictures, I always see the husband sneaking down to find a nice turkey leg or a cold roast or something.
For an electronics engineer, you certainly don't know much about the inside of a refrigerator. The only time you'll find a nice drumstick in this one is when they start raising six-legged turkeys.
Need any help?
No, it's so late, I'm just going to throw some spaghetti in the pot.
Well, what were you up to today?
Oh, just looking around, pricing things. How about you, dear?
We came up with something new in transistors. Something really sensational.
What are transistors?
Well, they're non-vacuum devices, similar to the electron tube, and they... Well, it's just a lot of dull, technical stuff you wouldn't be interested in, honey, but just wait till I tell Hank Wells about it tomorrow morning at the club. He'll eat his heart out.
Everybody around here talks about things I'm not supposed to be able to understand. Transistors, tech inspection, existentialism. I feel about as up to date as my great-grandmother.
Why is it a cute little dame always marries some big oaf dumb enough to eat hay? No wonder Martha came looking for a nice, quiet airfield. I don't think Stu and me ever expected her to show up for that first lesson, but she did. And when Stu went charging after her like a grinning rhinoceros, I felt myself getting hot. Could it be jealousy? Me? Old Zero Charlie?
Ace, I'm glad you decided to do it.
I'll try the first lesson and see if I like it.
Thanks. Now, here's your textbook. Take it home and read it every spare minute you get. It's ground schooling, FAA regulations, and basic flying.
You didn't tell me what equipment was required, so I stopped by a surplus store and picked up a few things. The man recommended them very highly.
Yeah, that's real interesting. Let's have a look.
This is a can of pemmican. It's hard, dry beef.
What's it for?
You eat it.
Not me. I'm a pork chop man.
This is a survival kit. All these things are to help you survive on your rubber life raft when you have to ditch over the ocean. I believe ditch is the expression, isn't it?
I'll be darned the new things they come out with. They didn't sell you an ocean, did they? In case we have to ditch over solid land?
Well, I naturally supposed we'd use our parachutes if we had to jump out over land.
Look, Ace, this may come as quite a shock to you, but we don't carry survival kits and we don't use chutes. And if I were you, I'd take this junk back and demand my money.
All right, Mr. Davidson, but I'm paying for these lessons, and I demand a parachute.
Look, Ace, it takes as much training to use a chute as to fly a plane. I wouldn't let you jump with one.
I insist on one.
Okay. There you are. Now, let's take off.
It's heavy.
You're a little like a jockey. You'll need some lead under your saddle so you can make the weight.
All right, Mr. Davidson. You're the teacher.
That's the spirit, Ace. You'll do great. Come on, I'm going to teach you how to fly by the seat of your pants. Now, this is an airplane. This is the wing, the fuselage, the motor's up front, the tail assembly. Now, let's fly it.
Now I know what to buy. Slacks.
You're bound to take all the fun out of flying, aren't you? Control left. Bank left. Control right. Bank right. Control forward. Nose down. Control back. Nose up.
Is that all there is to it?
That's it. Try it. Nose up, get the nose up. Nose down. Remember what I said, no violent movements. Just a little pressure one way or the other does it.
There's nothing to it at all, is there?
Not a thing, Ace.
I don't know what it is about Stu Davidson, but that lucky stiff gets all the breaks.
Ever since the first pioneers headed west, America's been a nation on the move. We've grown and developed as our transportation has improved. And tonight, Progress reporter Don Herbert tells us about this country's latest advance in transportation.
Take it from me, that Martha was a natural-born eagle. She could have soloed in 4 hours flat, except for one little problem. The first time Stu told her to go down for a landing, she couldn't make it. The second time he told her to set it down was different. It was worse. When she tried it for the 202nd time, she was really bad. Around the field, she got to be known as Ace Allen, the human yo-yo.
I washed out again.
Ace, you're unnatural. You do everything else just perfect. You'll get the knack of landing. It'll come to you just like that.
I'm getting worse every day, and you know it. I'll never be able to land.
There's a theory about that, an old proverb. What goes up must come down sooner or later.
And I was going to show some people that I could do one modern thing, something they couldn't do. I was going to show them I wasn't just a housekeeper, outmoded, passé, stupid.
Just because you haven't landed the plane as yet doesn't mean you're stupid.
I'm afraid it does in their world. Thank you for being so patient with me, Mr. Davidson.
Look, Ace, it's a mental block, and you can lick it. Now go home and practice. Think about it. Dream about it. Do it over and over and over again.
Hi, Mom. When's chow?
Won't be long, Chuck. I'm going to start dinner in a minute.
Mother, this is the third skirt I've had to alter all by myself.
Fine, dear. You'll be an expert in no time.
Hey, Mom, about the chow, huh?
Oh, be patient, Chuck. I'm going to put the spaghetti on right away.
Spaghetti? Not spaghetti again. That's practically all we've eaten in this house for weeks.
Well, I'm sorry, dear. It's too late to make anything else, and your father will be home in a minute.
Mother, I'm trying to lose weight. I just finished taking in all my skirts. Now I'm going to have to let them all out again.
Hey, he buzzed us pretty close.
Oh, no. He had 800 to 1,000 feet altitude.
Mother, what do you know about planes?
Why, know a little about flying.
Oh, Mom, you couldn't fly a kite.
Well, I imagine I could learn if I wanted to. I listened to a man explain about flying once, and it seemed quite simple. You just have to do it over and over and over again.
Sure, flying's a cinch. The hard part's coming down.
Ever have an airplane motor going full blast in your head? Doesn't let you sleep much. Poor little Ace. She was at 13,000 feet without an airplane. She nosed over and made a nice long power dive down the stairs, leveled out and set it on automatic straight through the living room and into the kitchen. Then right aileron, right rudder, and a little blind flying through the broom closet. The control stick, now with throttle. Something to hold it down. Now the book. Now let's fly it, Ace. Now bring her in for a landing. You can do it, Ace. You know about landings. Remember how you used to put your babies down in the crib? You didn't drop them and mash them down. You put them down easy, real easy. Close the throttle. Down you go. Now line up with the runway, like lining up with the crib. Drop the nose easy. Keep her straight. Now start holding her off. A little more. Okay, set the baby down easy. That's it. Ease back on the stick. You made it, Ace. Now don't stop yet. Do it again. Throttle forward. Do it over and over and over.
Martha, heaven's name, what are you doing?
Landing blind, strictly by instruments.
What are you talking about?
I did it. Sam, I did it. Over and over and over again, I landed. I even did it 30 or 40 times blind.
I know something's been bothering you lately. I could feel it. I tell you what, we'll go on a long weekend together, just the two of us, and we'll get out of this rat race.
Sam, I'm trying to tell you that I can fly the plane. I'm ready to solo now.
Honey, you must be walking in your sleep. You don't know a thing about flying a plane. Now, come on, wake up.
Oh, Sam, I am awake and I can fly a plane.
Yes, dear. Well, come on upstairs and lie down, and I'll rub your head.
There is nothing wrong with my head. You get dressed this minute, Sam Allen, and I'm going to take you out and prove to you that my head is all right.
Well, honey,
I'm going to show you that you don't know everything, and wake up the children, too, because they don't know everything either.
What? Well, honey,
Now, don't say anything. I want to check it out entirely by myself this morning.
Mom's got a job as a mechanic on the ground crew.
Oh, Mr. Davidson, may I take the parachute this time?
Ace, you know better than that.
But I know I could land if I had the parachute. Humor me.
That was pretty sneaky, Ace, but you suckered him. Now let's solo. And remember, what goes up must come down.
Mother's gonna fly it.
Coming in for a landing.
All right, Ace. It's just another landing like you've been doing all night. That's it. Easy. Put it down like a little baby. Your wheels are almost touching. Now, nose up. Tail down.
She set it down as soft as a baby duck's bottom.
Which one of you knows what a spinner is, or an ADF, or an airfoil?
Not a one of us, honey. You stopped us cold.
You can credit Mr. Davidson. He never lost faith in me. And of course, oh, Zero Charlie.
Who?
Zero Charlie. That's what I call the plane. It just seemed to bring me down without my doing anything, as if it were taking care of me.
Well, sure, I was taking good care of her. But I had a better reason for wanting her to make good. Now that she's soloed, we fly alone every time. Just Martha and me taking off into the wild blue together. No Stu Davidson horning in. Just the two of us, way up here in our own world. Just pretty little Ace Allen and me. Old Zero Charlie.
Our thanks to the cast for being with us tonight. And it's a wonderful pleasure to see Janet Gaynor again. Thanks, and we hope she'll come back soon. Next week, the General Electric Theater brings you an unusual production, a television adaptation of the first act of George Bernard Shaw's famous play, Caesar and Cleopatra. Starring in this first act, which is a play in itself, will be Maurice Evans in the role of Caesar, and that delightful actress, Miss Piper Laurie, as Cleopatra. It's a special treat. Promise you splendid entertainment. Be sure to be with us next week. Our program is brought to you by General Electric, where the products we make and the things we do mean progress toward a better life. That's why, at General Electric, progress is our most important product.